China forced to beg for Australia's help after Taiwan war threat, they will suffer. Beijing has been struck with power shortages that have left them desperate for coal imports to bolster their supplies. Xi Jinping's new energy restriction and a push to reduce carbon emissions, along with extreme weather and soaring demand for Chinese goods post-lockdown, have all contributed to an energy crisis in the country. Last year, China stopped buying coal from Australia, which used to be the country its main foreign coal supplier. But it has reportedly suspended that tough stance. Energy research firm Fluor reported that a total of 5 vessels waiting offshore released 383,000 tons of Australian steam coal to China last month. Nick Ristic, chief dry cargo analyst at Braemar ACM Shipbroking, also said that Australian cargo waiting outside a Chinese port has been moored last month since the ban came into effect a year ago. He reported that 450,000 tons of coal were discharged. Now Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison may hold the key to de-escalating tensions. Policymakers in Beijing have not given any indication of whether China will be importing any more Australian coal, but it comes after Taiwan also asked Canberra for help as military tensions soar in the southeast. Taiwan's Foreign Minister Joseph Wu warned his country would fight to the end if the Chinese invaded in an interview with ABC Australia. He said, "If China is going to launch a war against Taiwan, we will fight to the end, and that is our commitment. I'm sure that if China is going to launch an attack against Taiwan, I think they are going to suffer tremendously as well." Taiwan's plea to Australia came after Beijing flew dozens of warplanes towards the island and British warships re-entered the South China Sea after China sent warnings against foreign powers deploying in the contested waters. China's People's Liberation Army Air Force also flew 38 aircraft towards Taiwan airspace on Friday. Taiwanese defense officials also say there were 39 sorties on Saturday and another 16 on Sunday. They say 36 fighter jets, 12 H-6 nuclear-capable bombers, and 4 other planes from China's People's Liberation Army Air Force entered its Southwest Air Defense Identification Zone on Monday. The most recent tensions have been sparked from China's claims that a large bulk of the South China Sea is its own territorial waters, pointing to both the international law of the sea and its historic claim to Taiwan. But that claim is disputed by Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, and the Philippines. And the tension does not end there, as ever since nationalist forces defeated by Mao Zedong's communists retreated to Taiwan in 1949, and there has been periodic invasion scares ever since. Xi has been investing heavily in military capabilities ever since he came to office in 2013, and fears he will use military force for reunification are high. But should Australia help Taiwan, they could use China's desperation for coal as bargaining power and convince China to relax its military aggression. China using the closed civilian airport to launch Taiwan incursions. Satellite images show China is likely using an unused civilian airport just across the Taiwan Strait to conduct its incursions into Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone, ADIZ. Multiple photos show Chinese military aircraft at the airport, which matches reports by the Taiwan military, according to a Defense News report released on Friday, October 29. Shantou Weisha Airport, west across the strait from Taiwan's city of Tainan, has seen detachments of PLA aircraft since at least October last year, according to satellite imagery provided to by Planet Labs. The airport used to service the city of Shantou, but halted operations in 2011 when nearby Jiayang Chaoshan Airport opened. The October 2020 imagery shows 2 Shaanxi KQ-200 anti-submarine warfare aircraft on what was once the civil parking apron. The aircraft's distinctive tail-mounted anomaly detector boom is clearly visible in the photo. China's KQ-200s have been the most common aircraft reported by Taiwan crossing into the ADIZ, per reports. Taking off from the base shortens the time it takes pilots to break into the ADIZ. It also positions them to conduct flight training over the southern part of the Taiwan Strait, the northern part of the South China Sea, and the Bashi Channel, per reports. The Bashi Channel sits between Taiwan and the Philippines. It is one of the several strategic choke points of the so-called First Island Chain.